Let's Babble Z episode 302. I'm Ticketmaster, joined by
RPG Maniac 05.
And Trioptical.
see how it
I
goes.
chicken and waffles, so they don't hear anymore.
Some which I'm playing. I don't know if you have a middle segment. I'm guessing there's news. And one thing I wanted to throw in there because we totally forgot about it last week was Ratchet and Clank. We totally didn't even talk about it last week. You guys had such
Oh,
an experience.
how did we forget one of the greatest properties that Sony owns? I almost said Sega.
Cause I was gonna like tweet you both and be
Legas.
like, we totally forgot about Ratchet and Clank. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll just talk about it at the beginning of the podcast next week, whatever. And it looks good.
Of course it does. It's Ratchet and
Can't
Clank.
play that on Xbox One. Sorry. Just had to throw it in there.
Just
I've seen too many end of year videos where it's like, oh man, Halo and Tomb Raider. Xbox One takes it. Forza. It's like, what are you on? Whatever.
That one time that Gran Turismo existed, and also other games that aren't Halo.
and also none of that happened since we are at the end of the year and can look back now.
So, just throwing that out there, peoples. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, I guess it's time for the weekly Destiny thingy. So, yeah.
Is there a jingle? You have a jingle in mind, don't you?
I don't have a jingle, actually.
Oh,
He only
man.
has his raid song. He doesn't have
Yeah,
a
he's
jingle.
got his RNGesus song, but since he hasn't seen what he's getting, he doesn't know if he should sing it yet.
I could just do the thing where I like steal the Willy Wonka song again and be like, "Come with me to Destiny, where we get loot drop."
Nah, I don't like that. No, I don't like that at all. No.
Okay, never mind then.
Might be too long.
Yeah, it's too long. You have to just use the song you were planning on using.
Destiny, where we rage and stuff. Yeah, but we keep playing because it's a drop. And
Well, I
keep
don't
coming
age
back.
this. I mean,
So
I don't
yeah,
play as much as you do.
or the game that keeps us from playing other games and isn't a fun game, but we keep playing. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, Oryx challenge mode. Whew, man, that was
It's
a
cool. I think so. Out of the three challenges so far, which one do you think was the most interesting?
I ooh. I see. I think Oryx was the most challenging, but not the most interesting. I think Golgrath was the most interesting, just because it like changed it up.
Why though?
Everybody had to be involved in that
Because
specific uh, uh, task, which I'd
well,
never done before, and it threw me off.
it's kind of. But I mean, you kind of have to do it for the orcs one too. I mean,
And
like
it
one
horrifies
person
me.
can't
It
like.
super horrifies me. I'm like, orbs, orbs, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
keep thinking I'm gonna
That,
die, and I think I'm gonna die, and I don't die, and I'm like, I didn't die, I didn't die. It's really, yeah, it's
that
weird.
is one terrifying aspect because, like, yeah, I had never done the gaze before, so when we did that, it was kind of weird because it's like, oh, hey, this is things trying to murder me in my face, like a lot.
Yeah, and then like he
So
instantly goes to eye blasting you after the orbs, and that's like, wait, I need time to recover. Stop it.
But I think the orcs one seems like I mean I didn't really get to play it as much since I came like super late, but it seems like it would be it's a more interesting challenge because it's it like if you weren't even doing the challenge, this is actually that would actually be like a viable strategy had anyone actually thought to do that instead of like always doing the no night strategy and stuff. So it's like it's kind of cool because it's like you don't always get stuff like that.
See, it's interesting now. I feel like in the first two raids, we sort of figured out things for ourselves, and we had like our own strategies, and then they turned out to be similar to other people's. Or actually, in the case of the Vault of the Glass, other people were using like cheap strategies, and we
Yeah,
were just
that's
doing,
the same.
yeah. So it was very different back in the day.
Well, hello to you too.
I'm always outside, even when I'm at home. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
With this one, like when we started running into trouble fighting Oryx, we decided to fall back on a strategy that someone had seen or something. And that's when we started doing the thing on the pillars. But now, so maybe we would have come up with this. I don't think we ever came up. We were never in a situation where like we should think of a strategy.
Yeah, I just felt to say it's like there wouldn't have been like a time where we thought, you know what, this is a great idea. Because I mean, usually like in times where we've messed up. Like I've only ever seen it once where he does like the instant teleport thing. So
Mm.
it's like when you see something like that, it's like, oh, we must have did something wrong. We should probably wipe instead of actually like, oh, we should just keep going and let all our orbs stack up, kind of thing. So it's
Yeah, and then like we only tried killing the knights the one time, and we weren't successful. I was like, oh, never mind. Go back to the no knight strategy.
I think, but at the time when we were initially doing it anyway, it's like it probably was a level issue because we weren't when we first did Oryx. It was everybody was like under leveled
Yeah,
for
like now
everything.
we can just
So
melt the ogres down. It's great.
because now it's gotten to the point, yeah, we can melt them, but it's like we could also kill the knights without much
Yep.
of an issue as well. So it's like it's a bit more a bit less like needing for you to find some like defensive type strategy.
The knights were always easier to kill. It's just that,
Yeah, the red bar.
yeah, we never. Well, I don't know. I think we weren't successful when we tried to kill the knights also because we were sort of in the groove of doing it the other way, so people kept
There's
like,
also
yeah, we were just there was lots of confusion because we were doing something new, and then we just abandoned it very quickly.
there's also like a lot to juggle though too when you're trying to do the knights and
Yeah,
everything else because it's like okay, there's a bunch of ads
because
everywhere
yeah, I was
else.
about
I
to
feel
say
like
because
knights
when you're
don't
not
work.
worrying about the knights and killing them, you can just not worry about the ads because you're up top. You don't have to face them. But like when you're trying to like kill the knights that spawn after you kill the ogres, then the ads are an issue because they're trying to kill you as well. So it's like you have that on top of trying to kill the knights that spawn that don't eat the bombs.
It's like, oh, everything's trying to eat my face. This is great. Let's like not have
Cause I was
this
using my
happen.
touch of malice because I didn't have a sniper rifle, and I was like, well, I don't know if I can. I don't, because I don't like using sniper rifles. I was like, I probably next time I'll try using a sniper rifle because it's probably gonna be more effective. It's like so I was using my touch of malice because it's a scout rifle anyway, so it's long distance, and I was like shooting the knights with that, but then of course it's like draining my health, so I'm like taking some damage, but then letting it regen, but then there's ads, so it's like, oh, don't get killed, Tuggins. But as a sun singer, so I was like, well, it's cool. I can go ahead and revive myself if need to be. So. But then later on, it's like cool because I was like started doing something different where I just like used my radiance to like get orbs for people because wasn't dying a lot. So because I had Ram on, so I was like, yeah, I can take the damage.
What are you, a hunter? What's going on here?
So that's cool.
So, what is the advantage of touch malice? Like, I don't have one. I've
It's
never
just
held one
it's
before.
just because it's
No reload.
infinite
Yeah,
ammo and
infinite
like
ammo.
auto and it's like or full auto for a
Yeah,
skull
and so
rifle.
when you're
So
in the aura, because you're invincible, you don't take that damage that it takes from your life energy when it's on the last bullet. But since you're in the aura, you always have invincibility, so
you're invincible.
Oh, I
it
see.
doesn't take damage to you.
So, when you use Blessing of Light with it, then it just
It
takes away that blessing
Yeah, it
shield
eats away the
yeah
blessing
and
before
then
your
recharge it by
health.
coming back in.
Yeah.
before we have to stop. Yeah. So it's
Interesting. Yeah, that's because the day of, people were talking about, oh, it's 16 orbs, and I had no idea what they meant.
I didn't
And I
either.
started thinking, as
Because
like,
I thought
okay,
we were gonna do like four and then four and then four and then four and then like I went to the bathroom and came back and Gimmer and like Zephyr were talking about it and I was like, I thought like that's what I thought we were gonna do, but then they're like talking about it and I was like, okay, I need this explained to me because I have no idea what's going on.
yeah. At first, I thought it's like 16 orbs. Like, don't you always
It's like
have to use
it's like, yeah.
16
they're just about to
orbs?
say that's what you get all the time, right?
And then I was like, oh, it's 16 at
It's like
once.
16 at
And
once. Wait,
at
how do
first, I
you
was
even?
like, how are you supposed to get all of them in the middle so that you can stand in 16 orbs? I was like, oh wait, you could do
Magic.
4 groups of. Oh, okay. But yeah, like, so I was sort of worried, like, I don't have touch of malice, so is this gonna be really tough because I'm not powerful enough? And so like that yesterday, I spent the daytime like leveling up all my things and trying to figure out, like, okay, what out of what I have, because I looked up how to get touch malice, like I'm not getting touch
Yeah, I was about to
malice.
say it's not happening.
So it's like, okay,
It's
so how can I do this? And I ended up. So I had two options. I have a 310 truth, and I was like, okay, I could use tracking rockets to kill the knights, and then so that's like my first shot. And then if that doesn't work, then I switch to the sniper rifle because I think it takes just one shot to kill them. with the sniper rifle.
If you headshot them, yeah. Because well, I mean, my sniper rifle, because it's like slightly, it's not fully leveled or whatever. It's like it gets that's like a sliver of health. But I mean, at that point, it's like anything can kill them. So it's not
Yeah.
like it's a huge issue. But
The ogres sometimes just die because they only have a sliver of health, and we have no
yeah,
idea why still.
it's just like, oh nope, I don't exist anymore, and you just melt. It's like okay, good ogre, I guess.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, so I'll try to use a tracking rocket, and then I found out I was like, oh, every raid weapon comes with cocoon, so Touch of Malice has infinite ammo. I was like, well, then I don't really have infinite ammo, but I have lots of ammo because I can just keep switching
Switch. Yeah.
guns and never have to reload. And I found out cocoon, it plays like a reload sound when it's ready. And so, like,
So you know
last
what
night I was
happens.
sitting there listening to the reload sound. And it's like, okay, that gun's ready. And I would just keep switching. But yeah, like, one option was Truth, and then I could use my highest light level helmet, which is only 305, or the space helmet looking one. I forget.
Taco knot.
Yeah, like that one. It was like much lower light level. I think it was like 288, 293 or something like that. I could use that, and then I could use 320, whatever the raid rocket launcher is, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, it has cluster bombs. Like, well, I'm definitely going this way, even though my light level will be lower. The cluster bombs will kill all the ads around the light eater, hopefully.
I was gonna say, in theory.
In theory, it never worked out that way. What would happen was, let's see, every time the ogre, immediately after the ogre died, was basically when Tekken or Gamer would get the relic. So I would only have like a few seconds before the tomb ship flew by and like blocked my view of the light eater across the way. And so I'd always have to just turn around and just fire and forget a rocket and hope that it kills the light eater so I can jump away and then not get killed by everything that's about to shoot you on the platforms. And I was like, oh, that actually worked, because when I fire the rocket, the light eater is actually the only thing that's there. The other things haven't quite spawned in yet. And the tracking is really aggressive. Like, I had never seen it before, but
Yes, this is
turns
why
like
truth
40,
is
50
not
degrees.
fun
Yeah, it's insane.
in trials, because it's like you'll be running and the rocket will be
Yeah.
like nope, and like come around a corner or something.
I have like the
This.
best like video when I hope I don't know if I got it on share button, but like I basically shot it at somebody and it did like a 45-degree like arc of like
Yeah.
near 90 degree. I was like, wait, it's like it just like did a right angle in midair and just kept going
Imagine
out.
about how aggressive it is, because
I
it
was
is
like, holy
like
crap,
super
that
aggressive.
was awesome.
It's
Because
really
I've
cool.
seen it. It's like I've been sniped out of the sky with truth, and I'm like,
Or it's
this
like it's
is
really
just
cool when it like follows people's upstairs. It's like they're running upstairs and it just like slopes up the stairs of like, oh, I'm not gonna hit the stairs. I'm gonna keep dragging you, haha, and kills them. It's
like,
like,
hello,
oh,
JK,
I
still
love you,
see you.
truth.
It's like, yeah, it's kind of like, rude.
Pretty much. And so yesterday was working in our favor. I was like, oh, that's great. I love this helmet. It doesn't offer me many benefits. Oh, actually, I guess I might have been weaker when I was playing Defender. So that may have been part of it, because in our first run, which actually went by pretty smoothly, I was playing as, what's the fire one? Sunbreaker. Firehammer guy.
We just call them Hammer Titans. No one ever remembers the actual name.
I was using the Hammer Titan. And you know how like you get little perks and stuff on the left side of the screen, depending on
Yeah.
you have set? I would have like 5 or 6 of them at the same time. And I wasn't really sure like what I had set or what equipment was doing what, but it was like, oh man, my melee and my grenades and my super and everything is charging so fast. So I was feeling pretty powerful as a Sunbreaker. But then when I had to switch to Defender, I was like, I'm not getting anything, and my grenades aren't like all flashy and stuff.
Sometimes, oh crap. Sometimes you have to kind of, just play the support role. That's
Yeah,
That's where you
Pretty
have to
much
go.
that was my role. Actually, everyone was playing support, right? Everyone was hunters, except for one warlock and one titan.
Well, I
Oh,
don't know, because when
yeah, when you
I
came
was
in,
there,
it
it was
was
like
different.
multiple. Yeah, it was like multiple.
But
People playing as
originally, it
like
was like
golden gunners and all kind of random stuff.
everyone was using tether.
Yeah, the second one we had a
Like
bunch of
four
hunters,
hunters, right?
and then I think the first one we were all on our main characters. So. Oh, wait, no, I was my hunter.
Oh,
So
but
I,
you were on your
Yeah,
warlock when I came in, so that
well, I mean, I wasn't on my hunter, but
yeah.
everybody else
So it was
was.
like warlock, titan, and four hunters, and all the hunters were using tether, and I was
not Ace
using
Dog. He was a
shield.
golden gun for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's right. So three tethers and one golden gun. And revive. Oh, I can, that's the support class too for warlock. Everyone was playing support except for Ace Dog.
It was just like F that noise, man. Full assault, full assault.
It was cool. Initially, like the first run was really smooth. I thought it would be harder. It did it
But
feel like it took longer?
um,
Second.
I don't think it did. It was pretty smooth though.
Yeah. Well, like the Oryx fight, to me it felt like it was longer, but it seemed easier than the way we usually do it. Less frantic.
Well,
that's probably
isn't that the time when like we would have had it and then Ace Dog like detonated the bomb preemptively before everybody could get to theirs?
whoops.
And then we got
Uh,
screwed on the second time when we were on Oryx's second challenge mode because like we detonated all our bombs, but I guess we didn't get credit for one or something stupid and like he
Yeah,
had
that
like
was weird.
one
It was
picture
like he had
health.
like a literal sliver left, and I was like, "Oh no, that's only 15. No, guys, why?
Yeah, that was
4K.
very demoralizing.
You guys got destinied, is what happened. Got full on destinied.
Oh, speaking of that, there was one time when I was supposed to put the bubble down on the top platform, but I accidentally stepped off the
Oh
back
yeah,
of
I
the
remember that. And I was like, Chapter
hill.
Clone,
There's nothing
you're
there.
falling.
And I was like, oh no,
Don't
oh no,
fall.
oh no. And somehow I uploaded the video. I have no idea what saved me, how I was able to jump again in midair and like boost myself back up the platform. The second came up and was like, did you just fall off the edge? It was like, almost.
So I heard you say that, and I looked around, like I saw your thing, like going down, like your name. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Because like on my screen, I did fall off. I was looking at, the
An
bottom
abyss.
edge of that top platform, and it was like, but then I was able to jump again. It's like, what is there? How am I able to jump again? It's like, whatever, I'm alive.
Titans, master
So,
classes.
you get destinied, and sometimes, very rarely, it helps you.
We were getting destinied with teleporting ogres. That was a great time.
That was a crazy time. I don't know what's going on there.
The knights were doing it too, though. That's what.
Were they?
Yeah, because I know Ace Dog was, or because Ace Dog mentioned it, he was like trying to kill one of them that it teleported.
So maybe that's where the Light Eater Knights went that we thought were dead, but they didn't die. They just teleported.
I feel like connection-wise, though, it wasn't that great when we were doing the second run on
Yeah,
Orc.
there was weirdness for
Yeah.
sure.
It was at least one time where we all ran towards Oryx to like
Oh
start.
yeah, I remember that. And like he killed
I
us
saw
all. And we're like,
everyone jump
what's...
off and fall off the edge. I was like, what just happened? And then suddenly Oryx came up and everyone was alive again. It's like premonition.
I just about to say, you can see the future now. It's a new Titan power.
Yeah, teleporting ogres.
It's ridiculous, man. I mean, I didn't. Unfortunately, I haven't done that challenge yet, so I don't have the emblem. I mean, at least you guys got to like one of them, so
And
there's
the
that.
ship. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, ship.
It's better than the Crota ship of like, oh, it's like that one that you've seen before with spikes on it. So there you go.
I'm about to say, but now it added spikes.
Yeah, this one's actually a pretty unique
Yeah,
looking
unique.
ship.
And the emblem's cool too, because it's all Oryxy.
It's Oryxy. Yeah, the emblem is cool. That's the only thing I actually want for the challenge. I don't really care about any of the other stuff. I was like, oh, this is a cool looking emblem because he's like, it's like a silhouette of him, and it's all ominous looking, but it's not that bad because you killed orcs already. So it's like, haha.
I think the only equipment that I need is
Is it the helmet? Because
helmet. I don't
I
have.
join
think
the
we're
club.
all in that boat.
Join the club. Tropical.
Because I think that's the only thing. Because my launcher is 320, my scout rifle is 320, my I guess my sniper rifle is like 318, 319. Relic is 320. Oh, my mark isn't 320.
Oh yeah, class item.
Like,
Yeah, I think my Titan's the only one that's like a 320 class item. My other two don't. But then I was just happy to get that 320 primary because I could put it into my Red Death for Trials. I was like, yeah, yeah, it is on this weekend. Except I'm gonna focus on racing, so not so much. Oh, grind.
yeah, I got a
Forever.
310 hard light from. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff at the end of the raid.
There
When we
was.
completed. It was like, whoa.
It was pinata
a lot of
time.
stuff just dropped.
It was a happy ending, except it wasn't an ending.
I should stop while you were ahead.
But the loot RPG's all out.
It's exhausting. It got really crazy because it got really glitchy, and it was fine up until Oryx because we didn't have to do anything special, I guess.
That's usually when it happens. When you actually have to like complete certain challenges, the game's like, nope, and then it just decides
Specific
to-
things that it can't really handle.
basically.
Have either of you gotten to rank 3 in the racing yet?
Uh, no, I haven't actually
Doubt
been
it.
playing. I only started playing again today, so I can because my hunter was close to rank 2, but that's about it.
Yeah, I've been doing the bounties, but I didn't go like hardcore until yesterday when I like raced all day until it was raid time.
'Cause it doesn't really seem to be a point. I mean, the only thing I want is the class items for all my characters. So it's like once I got it for my warlock, I'm gonna start doing my titan, and then after that, I don't have to do the race anymore because it's like, what's the point? I only need my vanity items, guys. I only need my vanity
I
items.
think the class item might be rank 5 though, because I think
I already
rank
have
3
a
is
class
helmet.
item.
But is it 320?
I don't care about that. I can infuse it.
Like I said, I know.
I just want to have one.
Wait, does the armor have light levels?
Yeah,
Only the helmet and the class
Okay.
item.
they're I've been getting like a bunch of like 30 whatever helmets, but they're not. They're like 307, 307, 308.
Yeah, I've got like 290 some helmets, but all the other stuff has like no light level.
They don't. It's only the helmet and the class item.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want it to be all sleek looking.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
Like
I'd love to go to the
so.
raid with like racing gear on.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Like, of course, this makes no sense, and I'm not racing, but it doesn't matter because I look cool.
I'm gonna run around with my solar sparrow and knock the
Wizards out.
birds out of
It's
here.
like, Tactical, what are you doing?
Burn their shields off.
Looking cool. That's what.
My racing gear, so I can do tricks.
Man, if only. If only. They never let us. They never like seem to prepare for stuff like that. So
I wonder what, like, I guess the point is not to use that stuff in PvE.
yes, that is most likely the entire point of them
That's
not
sort of
putting.
sad.
Like,
Of course,
Which-
though, I think that means, like, Sparrow Racing League has to come back.
It is. It's gonna be like the third anchor for like the seasonal thing.
Because it'll be like,
or not
yeah,
the third, but
Trials, Iron Banner,
Iron
and
Banner, yeah.
yeah.
I want to play Combined Arms again. I want to play those big maps again.
Play Control because it's in those playlists, and it's really annoying when
Oh, is
they
it
pop
in
up.
there now?
Yeah,
Ah, cool.
because every time it happens, I'm just like, nope, and I leave the match because that's 10 minutes of my
Wait,
life
which
I do
one?
not want
I
to
like
put on it.
the Moon one.
Oh,
And Mars.
Anchor of Lighter, First Light or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't played the Bastion one. I'd only seen it once, and then I was like, oh, well, actually, after playing it once, I don't need to ever see it again, so no thanks. And then the Earth one popped up a few times. I was like, yeah, no thanks to this one. And the
Alright.
Moon one, I was like, whatever, done.
I've seen those maps so little.
Had my fill, time served, never again. No thanks.
So, for me, like, despite how little content there is, like, I think Sparrow Racing is pretty cool.
I don't know. It could easily be better. The lack of maps really hurts it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lack of maps really hurts it. But as far as like how it's designed, it it's like on par with how clever I think Control is. Like the scoring Control still impresses me every time I play it. It's like this is so smart, and it like the way the scoring is designed sort of encourages people to play that mode the right way and not like camp and just shoot or snipe or shotgun people around corners. Like you
Like
have to play
Clash.
objectives and stuff. So this is really clever. And like Sparrow Racing, at first I thought it was sort of like not that smart. It was just like, oh, you're just trying to get through these gates, and the only thing you can do to get ahead is like try to push people out of gates. So if they're like,
So you're one of those people,
to
Tropical.
each other and then just knock them away, it's like, haha, you didn't get the gate. But there's more to it than that, because apparently, if you're ahead, the
gates are
much
smaller.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why it's like that because I thought that's completely random because like I kept playing with
No.
my Titan and like I'd keep getting the small gates. I was like, why do I keep getting the maps with the small gates on my Titan?
Yeah.
But I guess I keep winning on my Titan, so now it makes sense because
Yeah, when you're in first place, they're like small and they're like gigantic when you're in last place. So
Because
it's like
sometimes it seems like I'll go through them and the size changes, and I'm like, why did it just shrink?
that's
on me?
why. If
Yeah,
you
at
if
first
because if
I
you
thought it
go
was
through and
like
change places between if you change like your places in between when you hit a gate, they change size once you actually hit it.
See, I thought it was like either randomly changing or just like staying small the whole time. Now I know.
That would be kind of trolly if they were like randomly changing. It's like, haha, you don't know which gate you're gonna get because
Yeah, no, at first I thought it was like those other games where there's like switches you can drive over and they change the sizes of different paths and stuff. But then after I noticed that, oh, it's every time I'm in the top three, they're smaller. And when you're in first place, like they're a lot smaller. And it's just that's so smart because like the gates, not only do they give you a boost, they also increase your top speed. And if you miss them, then you like your top speed is decreased. So it like works in the same way as Mario Kart kind of. Like the people in front have a harder time because the gates are smaller. So it's much more likely for them to miss them and lose top speed.
You
Whereas the
also-
people in the back is like it's impossible to miss these. It's like across the entire
Yeah.
track. You have to try to miss them. So those people are more likely to gain boosts and like gain speed. And then it just sort of
it does you though.
yeah, it like keeps everyone close together and the cool part about it is like in Mario Kart the way they keep everyone together is
Rubber banding.
yeah,
The
or
dreaded blue shell.
yeah, the blue shell basically, which
dreaded
is
shell.
kind of a random thing. Like you randomly get it when you're near the back, and then sometimes you can dodge it and sometimes you can't. It's sort of random. Whereas this, like, it's always down to your skill piloting the Sparrow.
Yeah, you also have the fuel that you use when you side shift to like try to get through gates that are smaller. If you like get a
Yeah.
weird angle, which is always the case for me, I'm like, come on, L3 Arthur. And you have to, like, it's like a risk reward of like, do I use the fuel or save it for when I need it or get through all the gates? Ugh.
I just use it like it's candy.
I do too, because it's like, well, if there's that one gate I gotta hit, I kind of have to hit the ball, and then I'd rather have hit the gate and not lose speed than miss it and then have someone pass me, which always happens. So.
So, have you tried the other thing? Like, there's two types of sparrows also, where there's like the trick ones, and I guess you gain boost by doing tricks, and then there's the other ones that boost.
Oh, I use the trick ones because I was using like the time breaker and the grave robber when I first started, but they're just too fast. And then I tried to like switch it up again today, but I was like, dude, these just don't handle as good, so I'll just keep on the trick ones.
I actually use the tight turning ones a lot.
Yeah,
'Cause,
the handling is so much better.
I've only ever used the trick ones to do that bounty for that was like the second day I played, and I was like, okay, I'm done with tricks, so I
I guess
just
it's
never
not the
used
trick one. It's just like the one I'm using is like the one that you get. It's like the racing sparrow. So,
Well,
but they're more in line with the trick ones though, because they're better handling and not super speed boosty.
My issue with I don't know, because like my thing is like I feel like the handling for the sparrows and like the physics in the game were really not not like
Meant to be
designed
used in
for
this way,
those
yeah.
obstacles. Yeah, but
I agree.
for the way they
'Cause
did
there's
these
so much
obstacle
collision
courses.
issues when like you'll hit something after you land and it's like your momentum is completely gone now.
It's like
Or it's like you're up against the wall and it's like, oh, I can't get off this thing. I'm just gonna ride it like a rail. And yep, this is happening. So,
Actually, those parts is sort of
or I get knocked into something.
unintuitive
It's like
about
great,
what to do.
great.
You actually, if you just let go of the throttle, then you can just move in any direction. It's like a hovercraft. So yeah, like the best way to get out of a jam is just let go of throttle, and then just use the left stick to move out of
Because
the
I
way.
don't think I
and
ever
go.
use brake when I'm racing. I'm just like hold down the go button.
oh, I do use the brake because I use it to turn.
I use the boost to turn.
Yeah, I just use the side thrusters to be like whoosh,
Yeah.
whoosh.
I only use that for like my aerial movements, for my maneuverability.
So like on the hairpin turns, you turn the camera very quickly into the direction that you want to go, and then hit boost, and your like Sparrow automatically like very quickly adjusts position so that it's facing the direction of the camera again.
That's
So you can take like these really tight turns doing it that way.
I guess like another thing is like if you have all the armor, then you can have like the armor that like gives you fuel for doing tricks or like doing
Yep.
or using less fuel for boosting or whatever. So it actually like benefit you to have the Sparrow armor on. It's like haha, now I could just maximize my fuel. Haha.
See, I wonder if that's what the there's the one thing that lets you like level out your Sparrow when it's in the air. I wonder if like that's their intention for the weird
Oh,
collision
yeah.
physics when you hit the ground. It's sort of
So
like a
that's on the
excite
helmet,
bike.
I think, but I keep dismantling the helmets for legendary marks.
Me too.
So I'm like, I don't need this.
I was infusing them all into that one 280 legendary.
I infused them into my new helmets as well because I got the symbiote and the ram with the. I think one was a drop, one was from Mark's, or maybe I just bought them both. I was like, oh, well, I have these now, so I'll just infuse them up into now. Even though they're not 300, they will be soon because I keep getting these helmets. So thanks, SRL, for the 300 light level helmets. I can keep infusing into my exotics to make them 309, even though they're dropping at 310. But I don't need it now because I infused it up. Thanks. Yeah.
So, as an aside to this Destiny stuff, they just added a level up to 25 item in the microtransaction store. Although it's not like no one's gonna call it a microtransaction because it's like $30.
That's how much the game is now. So basically, why?
It's like a freemium thing. Well, not freemium. Well, it kind of is. To me, it feels like a freemium because it's like you're buying your way into the game,
Like the high level
without
stuff.
without having to spend the time there. It's like you're just like, okay, I have my level whatever character, and he's like maxed out on the subclasses. I don't have to level it all, and I'm good to go.
I mean,
Have
the only
someone carry me
situation.
through all these high level experiences, and yeah, see how fun this game is.
Yeah,
Kinda like
like
the Mortal
that.
Kombat thing. If like I bought the game, but I don't really want to play it, I'll just pay the $60 microtransaction for all the extra stuff in it, and then enjoy it at my leisure.
The only situation I could see would make sense is a person who sort of followed it and, at launch time they saw that, oh, the story sucks. Oh, the raids are cool? Well, I don't want to play through the story that sucks just to get to the raids that are cool. Oh, I'm loaded.
Trojan Uncle, it's
then
$30.
there you go.
So it's the actual
What if-
game.
It's funny that all your scenarios always require like all these these things to be like fall into place. Like
That's just one scenario. It takes all those conditions.
it's like all the time. It's like you need to Sparrow wizards. All these things have to be right. You need to buy this thing. All these things have to be right. So, tropical. Do you ever have any actual simple like any simple scenarios going on here?
Well, see, that works perfectly. My Sparrow scenario, which I don't know if it's on the podcast or not, but it makes no sense.
But it's
But
possible.
it's kind of possible.
Yeah, that's the
In
problem.
the same way that this microtransactions thing is sort of possible. Like I don't think many people are gonna really take that offer, but someone will, and that's $30 that you got for basically doing nothing.
Because I mean, I was just about to say, because most people who are already playing the game at this point are probably like already beyond 25, because it doesn't take that long to get there.
Yeah.
So
Actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of like the same. Yeah, and because experience based now, it's just like getting level 40. It's like you would be there in a day. Like
yeah, 'cause you won't
it would
need
take
a
no
lot
time at all unless you
before.
just don't have any time. I don't know why you would do that. I mean, your subclasses wouldn't be leveled, but you'd
It
be
doesn't
up
even
there.
get you up to Forever 29. It's just weird 25.
Yeah, it's like such a random level to be thrown to. It's like, well, thanks, I guess, because
But yeah, anyone that they can get, even if it's just 0.0001 of all people who play Destiny, like that's still going to be a significant amount of money.
it's possible gamer bought it just for the funds of it.
I
That
wanted
sounds.
to see what it would do.
It's
Turns out I can't use it.
it's like gamer, you should have known that. This is like basically telling you that.
This is the world now.
Yes, yes, it is.
So does that mean free to play one?
In a way,
Um,
yes.
Also, actually, there was an interesting talk I saw recently. It was like 40 predictions about VR. The first one was once VR headsets come out tomorrow or next year, they will be on the shelves forever. In the sense that VR isn't going away. That was a prediction. But one of them that's more encouraging was that free to play is going to sort of take a back seat on VR because someone has to figure it out first. Because the free to play right now is very immersion breaking, and that's like the number one thing you don't want to do.
Time's
in
up,
VR.
buy more bells.
I just
Time's
wanna
up,
say-
buy more bells. Time's up, buy more bells. Or wait here for 10 minutes while this message plays. Time's up, buy more bells.
So either the free to play people go out and figure out how do we do non immersion breaking free to play, or everyone just goes back to subscription models and just like, I guess we call it premium now. We used to call it buying the game.
Buying
Yes.
the game.
Yes, we did.
The good old days. The good old days.
The good old days.
Now Nintendo's in it too. It's like ugh, Smash Brothers. Why?
I hope though that they start selling their soundtracks because you can't get any of those. I would like some Nintendo soundtracks. The recent stuff is pretty good.
They come on the amiibo. You could have saw them.
One track.
Well, I
per-
have those. How do I get it out?
You don't. You have to buy a second one to make it link with each other, and then it releases the song.
No.
So you need two sets of everything. Nintendo. Making
Oh,
you-
speaking of predictions of the future, I was sitting in my car, and I wonder if Vita 2, the time for Vita 2 to launch is when self-driving cars are common on American roads. Because once all our cars are self-driving, people are going to be bored sitting in their cars, and then they're going to want portable consoles again.
Because I'm bored sitting in my car when I am driving.
That is true, actually. Driving somewhere is just busy work, so when I don't have to do it anymore, it's like, oh, when I have free time in between getting there, yay!
Yeah. So either portables come back, or it turns into like a Pimp My Ride style world where all our cars, there's no windows anymore. It's just like 27-inch TV instead of the
Surround TV.
and you
I'm
play-
going into my mobile entertainment system to.
you play home consoles on the way to wherever you're going.
The new mobile. Man. That would be interesting.
Kind of cool, actually.
Probably incredibly expensive, but interesting nonetheless.
Portables are probably cheaper.
I'm assuming a lot cheaper than a car. So there's that.
Siri, you know the way. Do it.
I'm gonna sit here and play my Pikachu.
Load up Mass Effect Mobile. I'm gonna level up my biotic characters.
Something to look forward to, maybe.
I mean, it'd probably make the roads a lot safer when people don't have to drive anymore. So, but
It's
unless the
funny because
computers
it's gonna be
malfunction.
true. It's like so many cars have been introduced, and the rate of accidents has gone down 25%. Stupid humans.
I told you, it's only a matter of time because once the computers realize that we're the problem, Skynet, and then we're doomed. So don't let it happen, guys. We have to try to like prevent as many computer controlled things as possible, which is like the opposite of what we're actually doing. So yeah,
So yeah. Any other Destiny stuff?
Nightfalls are a waste of time now, and hopefully they fix this later or sooner, because I like my Ghost Shell that's 290 something that I don't need, or my... Well, I guess I got 18, or no, was it, I guess no, I think it was 18 strange coins, so I'll take that. But then I got that, and I got like some stupid 290 auto rifle, and like I'm an over 300 light level character. That doesn't make any sense.
I feel like it shouldn't drop
Whatever.
below like a certain
Yeah,
level
whenever
once
like
you.
you're like average light level, like it shouldn't drop gear below that. It should always be like in that range instead of being like, oh, here's a 290. It's like, dude, do you not see
So it's
the
like
gear
yeah,
I'm wearing?
it's like go infuse everything into it now because that's what you want to
It's like,
do.
yay, free legendary marks for life every week in my
Basically, unless
nightfall.
you're at the cap because you have nothing to actually spin the damn things on anymore. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know, man. And then I got like, because the one nightfall I did with you guys, it's like I got the chest plate, the exotic chest plate that would have actually been useful in
Oh
that
yeah,
nightfall.
the
But it's like,
blade
it's
dancer.
like it's like it's already too late now. We already beat it, so all this arc stuff is pointless now. But thanks though, game. Thanks. You just got destinied.
So yeah, that's that.
That's the way.
I've only been playing Sonic besides this, and you haven't been playing anything else, right, Tropical?
You mean the
Yeah,
greatest
I can't
ever?
think of anything. I think I basically like I wanted to do that thing with last word in Sparrow Racing. Just boost that last word thingy.
Oh,
That
takes
checkpoint
quest.
quest, yeah.
And so now I was like, okay, I have no time to do anything if I want to boost this.
I'm actually doing it as we speak.
Me
Well,
too.
it's not the race.
Well,
I
I'm trying
already
to get
got.
S rank because I'm S rank on my Titan and Hunter. I'm trying to get S rank on my Warlock, so I need 3 wins. I don't think I have 3. I don't even think I have 1. So yeah, the struggle is
I
real. I'll get there eventually. And by the time I'll have so much rep, I might get to level 3. Yes or not? Do you get racing rep for that other quest she has for like go do the stuff in the Court of Works and whatever? Or is it just a
I
quest?
think so. I
'Cause
don't
that
remember.
might put me over 3 with another character.
So I've only done it once, and that's all I needed to do it for. So yeah, 'cause, I mean, I really was just trying. I was just really racing just to get this chaperone quest started, and then now that part of the challenge is done, I just have to do the rest of it and kill everything with shotguns.
So I guess if Spare Racing is year 2, then year 3 is Space Battles, right? Right?
It better be. It even better be.
'Cause it's weird because like this still counts as Crucible, even though it's very much a
Well, it's
non-combative
oh,
thingy. So I'm wondering if we'll get like another PvE thing. I mean, I guess we'll get the Festival of Lost stuff, but that's like PvP and PvE. So I'm wondering if we'll get like something that's like exclusively PvE in year 2. That's an event thingy like this. Hopefully, like a scavenger hunt or something.
no, no. No,
I love scavenger hunt.
because then it's gonna end up being some RNG thing, and then it's just gonna be not fun.
Unless the drops are guaranteed of like, go here, do this, kill this boss, and you get the thingy, and
Well, it's not really a
then
scavenger hunt, and if that's the case, that's just
uh,
you doing quests.
I just want something, something PVE, something, something. But yeah, that's it for Destiny, I guess. Oh,
Yay.
hee.
No more Destiny forever. Yay. Yay.
I'm almost back up to 1,000 strange coins again, so yay!
That's
Because I stopped
ridiculous.
spinning them. Surfagy, what else have you been playing?
Um, Tales of Zestiria, which I haven't beaten because reasons and stuff, and the final boss is like all cheap and stuff, and
Oh,
like
so your hunch was right, and it was close to the end.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because he's definitely the final boss. All his stupid one-shot attacks are kind of annoying, so it's like, I don't know how I feel about this. So I eventually just left the dungeon, and I was like, you know what, F this. I'm just gonna go do something else. And then I went and started doing like other like side quests and stuff that I had left open. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do this, and then kind of just do stuff. So it turns out everybody else has like extra like miracle arts or whatever the hell they're called. So it's like everyone has like a secondary super attack. So now that I know that, I'm doing the stuff to get those, and hopefully when I do go back to the boss, I'll be slightly more prepared. I don't know. I don't know, man. Bosses in RPGs like to cheat. So what can you do? What can you do? That's pretty much it for that anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot to go back to Lost Odyssey because the save file I had was when I did New Game Plus. So it's on disc one, so I'm not to the open world yet. So yeah, and I was having issues putting my disc in because I have no lights, and I have lights, but I didn't have them on when I was doing that after the podcast. So I was like, whatever, I'll do this later, and I still haven't gone back to it. So yeah.
Silly Tekken. Tricks for kids.
So did you play anything else besides Tales of Zestiria?
I mean, I played a little bit of Ultra Despair Girls, but I didn't get like too much farther in there. We just met this character person, and then we met this other character person, and then stuff is happening. So, that whole thing. Trying not to get murdered by a bunch of Monokumas. That whole fun stuff. That's pretty much it.
Steph.
So is that all you've been playing?
Yes.
Okay. So for middle segment, do we want to do epilogue or something else?
Sure, let's do the epilogue.
All right. So we were talking about epilogues a couple weeks ago, and it made me be like, man,
Wait, when were we talking about this? What did I miss?
we were talking about somehow it got brought up, and it was like, man, epilogues, they're really awesome when games have them. Because I don't know, I think it is like I don't think I've played a game that has like an epilogue that like is like I didn't like or like that was crappy. Because the only two I can think of, or the two that stick out in my mind anyway, are Red Dead Redemption, because it's really cool. I can't even talk about it because it's like spoilery and it's awesome. And like once you play it, you'll be like, yeah. Well, I've had people have like that are like I think it's like a love or hate thing with that one. It's very polarizing for some reason. Like some people, like me, I really love it. I think it's like super awesome that like it does what it does. But then I've like seen people's reaction where it's like, oh, this part's stupid. So it's like whatever. So there's that one. And then Grandia 2 is cool because it's like stuff happens and then like the credits roll and it's like you're back into the world and it's like, oh, I get to like walk around and talk to everybody again and the adventure's not over yet, even though it is, and we get to see what everybody's up to and just check in with everybody before the game really is over, and it's like, oh, that's cool. So yeah,
Now, when you say epilogue, you're talking about like a playable epilogue, or just like any type of epilogue where
like
it's like
after the
some of them are
credits
just like where they
roll,
are now kind of thing.
after the credits roll, like you get to play the game again, not like a GTA style where it's like, okay, credits roll, but it's open world, so you can just go around and do whatever. I mean, like there's actual like
No, but I mean
context
like
of like what you're doing after the credits of like
I mean
you're
some
in the
games have like
game
epilogues that aren't
world
playable,
afterwards.
so it's not.
Uh, I, I guess it's like talking about playable epilogues then.
Because like my favorite non-playable epilogue would be the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater epilogue? Or would you just consider that to be the ending?
I consider that the ending.
Because it's like after the gameplay, and then there's just this long thing about this is what was actually going on.
Why she did that thing that she did.
Yeah.
And now you feel terrible. Why?
Now we're gonna cry here because it's all patriotic and stuff.
I can't think of any games I played that had playable epilogues. Then, if that's the case, 'cause, I mean, most of the type of games I play do have epilogues, but they're usually not playable, so it's not.
Did the Arkham games count?
I guess
I've only finished
kind of.
Arkham Asylum, so I don't know.
I mean, I guess the Catwoman thing. That's like kind. Well, the thing is, like in games like that where it's open world, it's like it usually just lets you go back and do whatever after you finish the game anyway. So it's
But then the difference, like between Arkham and like the Grand Theft Auto games, is
the
like
NPC dialogue.
yeah, like the
Yeah,
dialogue
that's
is all
cool.
different, and it feels like Batman. He goes on and says, no, there's still more work to be done, and then you go and finish all your side quests and
Oh
whatever.
yeah, there's a better context for it too. It's like, well, this is done, but I still have other stuff to do.
It's like that's true. Batman is never done.
For if he was, then
The world would be completely crime-free.
which is not possible. Which is not possible.
He's like, well, Gotham's done. Now to the next city.
Metropolis, here I come.
Or country, or wherever he feels like going to spread justice.
Did you ever read the that Batman anniversary issue? It had like the first Batman comic, and then it had like a retelling of that one, and then there was a cool side story where they talked about it's like hundreds of years in the future, and he wakes up from I guess a dream, and it's like, yeah, it was the moment that the bat came in the window and he decided that he would be Batman. And then it turns out that it's not actually Bruce. Like, it is him, but it's like a clone. And he's like,
Of course it
memories
is.
are implanted in, like, that's what Bruce did. It's like, the world always needs Batman. It was his, what he thought. So he cloned himself, and then sometimes there's times of peace, and then he just does nothing and just like dies. And then sometimes though, like if it's about to become really messed up out there, then he activates one of them. And they wake up from the moment that they decided that they would be Batman, and they meet whoever is old Bruce clone at the time, and old Bruce clone is supposed to tell them that, so you have a choice, like you can either just like leave now, or you can, burn down this bat cave because it's going to be your bat cave and you're going to have your own villains and stuff.
That doesn't. What?
That's obsession.
You'll be reborn in the fire and made anew.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works at all.
It's like, burn all the stuff down here because you're going to have your own villains and stuff.
It's like, okay, crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and just walk out of this cave you have here and go be a normal person. Because you're crazy. Crazy. But I mean, how would they? That doesn't make sense. Does he like implant all the clones with like memories or something? Because like, how would they?
They all have Bruce Wayne's memories up to the point where
But how? How does that even? That's
My parents are
in the
dead.
future.
Like,
And
that's
it's
not.
Batman.
that doesn't really
science.
answer my question at all. That only opens up more questions.
It's a cool story. Just, yeah. I think that was the free comic book day one, so.
I think is that the one with the is it either Battopia or Gothamtopia, the future one? Because I think I might have it and just not have read it.
It's just a one-off.
Oh.
It's
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure.
think it was issue 20 of the new 52 Batman.
Okay, I might have it. I'll have to check.
I think it was a free issue, so
Oh, if it's free, then I'll just get it off the store then.
just get it off
Yay.
the store. And then when I read that, I was like, wow, that is totally what he would do. He is a crazy man.
He is pretty insane. But I mean, he has to be to deal with the kind of people he has to deal with, so he's like a
Oh,
controlled insane.
I'm on that one. Like, you should also check out Batman R.I.P.
Oh, I bought that one actually. It was on sale
That
recently. So I remember you
story
said that.
is crazy. It's like, wow, maybe Batman is a superhuman.
Have you read the one where he gets bit by Dracula?
No.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything then. It's pretty cool.
He becomes a
It's
vampire
only a
Batman
two-parter though, so
because that would be weird, I guess.
So we've moved away from the epilogue because I guess we're having trouble
Well,
thinking.
because this is a bit because like for me it's like
or a playable epilogue.
I don't have any
Yeah.
games that have that, so I wouldn't be able to participate in that. No.
Wait, did
I think
no?
for me, like epilogue would be like just like plain epilogue would be Metal Slug 4, just because like the credits, like the way it's done, of like it's going down, you see that name, it's like, and then cutscene plays, and it's like, I'm gonna tell you everything.
Oh yeah, that was pretty crazy.
That
too.
was so cool.
Man, they could have made another game.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they did. Um. Well, in that case, that actually leads us very neatly into the one news thing that we're going to talk about because we got a raid. Um, Kojima Productions is back.
Oh yeah, it's funny too, because like I was just joking when I said this like that one time. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but now I'm super happy. So it's like that's like +2 for me. It's like one at PlayStation Experience, one at this thingy where it's like, oh,
No.
and we're working with Kojima now.
Well, so apparently it was going to be at PlayStation Experience, but like I guess the same thing or related to like Kojima got not allowed to go to
Not allowed. Ah, is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah. And so since he wasn't in the States, like they just like, oh, we don't have Kojima for the thing. And so they didn't do it at PSX either. And they just had to wait until the 15th, which was the day that Konami and Kojima's relationship ended, or like his non-compete clause. And then man, not even waiting a minute, he's just like, guess what, guys? Making a new studio.
F
Kojima
you,
Dude, they're pretty
Konami.
scruffy. I think he literally
He's
was
had a
like,
rough year, Tekken. He's had a rough year.
I'm just saying. I think, yeah, they were like, whatever, let's do it now. We're doing it live, and then hey, Kojima, get in here.
But I have-
Andrew House is here. We got a camera. Let's do it.
Actually, I was thinking about that. You know how Itagaki, he always had the leather jacket and
Yeah.
the sunglasses, and now that he's at Valhalla, he doesn't. And it's this sort of thing that in Japan, like, you have a persona as like a game designer. So like Shinji Mikami was also a sunglass guy, wasn't he? When he was talking about Resident Evil and stuff.
I'm not sure. I know Igarashi had his whip all the time
Mm.
and his hat.
But then when they left those companies, like they got different personas. And I'm wondering, like, is this what Kojima's doing? Like his persona was clean shave Kojima. Do you like it? Kojima was the Konami persona,
Now
and now he's
super
like
cool, like
weird guy and.
did you see like did you see like the production photo for like his dude studio team?
Yeah, it's like some weird skull
'cause-
thing.
Somebody like no, not the logo. There's like a picture of him with like his team, and they're all like posed in like
Oh, I
these
haven't seen
suits and
that.
stuff. They just like somebody like had it captioned like they're about to release the greatest album ever because it's like they really do look like it looks like a kind of like a boy band picture with them all posed like that. But it's like it's hilarious. But it's a nice picture though. It's like it's a really cool picture. But it's like yeah, they all look like they're about to do some damage or something. So, but
I mean, apparently this has been going on a long time. The conflict between Kojima and Konami, and you know, in light of this, I'm wondering if Kojima Productions being erased from everything was not necessarily, evil Konami is like, yeah, we're just gonna erase him. If we don't put his name on the box, then no one knows who he is. Ha 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 ha. Like, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it's more like Kojima was like, I'm taking Kojima Productions because it's my name, and you don't know the
Like, you
word
guys can't have that.
Productions.
You guys
So, and then like this is how it worked out. It's like, oh, okay, so we're gonna take all that off of our boxes and stuff because that's not gonna be associated with us pretty soon.
It's possible.
I'm okay with that. They don't deserve it.
The other possibility, of course, is that after Konami erased everything, Kojima was like, what will I call my new studio? And sort of stick it to Konami. He called it Kojima Productions. Like, what? What? You don't have a Kojima Productions, do you? I don't see it on any of the boxes.
It's not on the website. It appears to have vanished without any trace. Fancy that.
You'll have no problem with me taking it, because it's not yours. Who knows? Still, pretty exciting. What do you think they're gonna make?
Something awesome.
Plane of the Enders.
No, it was Planes of the Finisher.
Oh yeah, Plane of the Finishers.
Can't have enders in it because then that's suable. It'd be hilarious if that does end up being like it's like similar to that. Like, well then.
It's called Zoe.
Or some sort of like VR version of that drill instructor game I've been wanting, of like getting yelled at drills to be like CQC, yada yada yada.
Tekken. Why would anyone do that except you?
Become a tactical espionage action expert and stuff
God.
in VR. Oh yeah, sneak up on this person and CQC them. Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of feel like it will be a VR game.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Is like after I saw it, like it was a PlayStation thing, I was like, oh man, he can like actually do what he did before he had to go multi-platform and just like focus on the tech stuff.
Yeah.
Of like, how can I use this hardware to like do cool stuff?
Well, because they said the first one is going to be a PS4 PC thing. First PS4, and then at some point on PC. It's like, both of those platforms are like the big VR platforms. Presumably.
It's then because yeah.
You don't want it.
I just not yet. Just not yet. I just want a normal game first, and you can VR whatever the hell he wants after that. But
Okay, so speaking of VR, do we think that we're going to get like the price and date before E3 next year, or do we think E3 next year is like the big coming out of you get a VR, you get a VR, you get a VR,
I think they're going to announce it.
and maybe it's like next holiday?
Oh, actually, it was
I think
kind
it's
of
gonna
like
be Sunday.
there is a 360 trailer on YouTube of the next Assassin's Creed DLC, and there's also a 360 trailer for I think it's like the last Paranormal Activity movie. And so like 360 trailers, like there's more and more of them. I know of 4 of them now. In addition to that, like Just Cause 3 had one, and the Warcraft movie had one also. So, Gear VR just came out. If you have a Galaxy phone, and a lot of people do, because that's like, are they second to Apple? I think they're second to Apple. Cheap ways to watch VR YouTube stuff are out there now. And so I'm thinking, I still think they need a little bit more convincing. So they're probably gonna try to get some kiosks or like on location things where they can convince more people of VR. And then after that, like shortly, they're gonna announce the price and release date. Which I think all will happen before E3. To answer the question.
It needs to.
That would be nice because then it would be like not a distraction when it.
Because E3 can be more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
If anything,
focus
it
on
just
games and stuff.
because I
And
never
they,
like
you know,
when they do salesman E3s. It's
Like
like
the like the Xbox thing of like, oh well, we don't even know what it looks like. Oh, you know what ours looks like, huh? Stupidness.
it's dumb. But no, I think they've been doing a good job with the E3 stuff. Like they announce
Well, Tropical, last year was the E3 of Dreams, so, you know, nowhere to go but up. Or down, really, but, you know.
well,
Up.
like even before we saw that, like the pattern that they've been following is they announce a ton of stuff the weeks before E3, and you sit there and you're just like, what can they possibly have at E3 that they haven't announced this week?
Yeah.
oh,
And then they
show
have other
you.
stuff. And if you look at the stuff that they announced before E3, a lot of it is like things that we kind of know about already. And then, so yeah, when we get to E3, it's like, oh, there's big surprises and stuff we really haven't seen before. So yeah, I think VR. How long have they been talking about that? For a while now, like a year.
It's been since,
Over a year.
isn't it like the E3 that they unveiled PS4?
Not VR. I don't think they talked about VR back then.
Oh, was it the year after then? 'Cause it was Project Morpheus before.
Yeah, I think Project Morpheus they announced at a GDC. I want to say
It
Oh,
was
wait, I think you're
it was
right.
far more recent.
like January or something.
Hmm.
Um. So yeah, like it's sort of a known. Everything about it is sort of a known quantity now, except for, and this was really cool. I heard this on a podcast. I guess they're looking at ways to allow non VR stuff on PS4 to be able to be used with the headset, and sort of like their UI and all that stuff hasn't been revealed yet because they're still working on it. And so that that's like one of the last things I think they have to reveal. And then, wait a minute, didn't they reveal the PlayStation at a dedicated event
Yeah.
in February?
I don't know
Yes.
what month it was, but it was the same thing as like Microsoft like had this specific event, but it was, I want to say, before.
It was in February.
It was in February, yeah. It was before the Xbox One.
Because like all I remember is like TV sports, TV sports video, and like yeah, that was like it. That was like the
Pretty
nail in the
much.
coffin, and that was like that wrote itself for like 6 months before they could backtrack.
Like, just kidding, guys. We were actually not doing any of those things we said we were going to do because reasons.
And they're like, oh, you don't want Connect? Well, no more Connect, even though we said it would only be with Connect. It's like, wow, where did the lies in, Microsoft? Where did the lies in? Just say,
They don't. They don't.
So it's possible that PlayStation could do a PlayStation VR dedicated event.
Oh yeah, like a
Before.
Gamers Day thing for VR.
Yeah, because like thinking about it, the only show that happens in the first part of the year is CES, and that's in January. It's like, well, I think that's too soon. Because if they're going to announce it then, why didn't they just
PSX,
announce
yeah.
it at PSX?
Because
Or Tokyo
they
Game
wanted
Show.
to spread out your exhaust. They didn't want to exhaust you. It's just like one thing at a time. Tropical. They're like, "God,
Too much.
remember what happened at E3? Remember, never forget, never forget."
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
I think I'm done with E3 for the next couple of years.
Yeah, PSX.
Sorry, Digital Devolver, we don't remember your games, but remember you showed something that wasn't Final Fantasy
Yes.
VII Remake or Shenmue 3, but
You're
no
like
idea what it
that
was.
guy who's in.
Or The Last Guardian,
Yes.
or everything else that got announced there. It's like everything else.
You're the guy in all the photographs of Jordan, like, game-winning shots, and you're the guy on the other team over there.
The other team.
More like he's like that guy in the middle of the crowd or something. Just like,
No, well, because I still remember it was Evolve Digital. I just have no idea what they showed.
I don't know who that is. So.
Yeah, it's like my brain is basically freaking out right now, and I'm going to process. It's going to need time to cool down here, and blanking out now.
It's still really funny. You just go and watch reaction videos, and they're all like hooting and hollering while Adam Boyes is up there saying something about developers. So sad.
That was unfortunate because it's like, yeah, he seriously drew the short straw on that one.
Yep.
It's like, guys, we're sorry to do this, but one of you guys are gonna have to take over the team because something's about to happen,
So
and no
maybe
one's.
next time they'll be prepared to like pause for reaction. It's like we're just gonna take 30 seconds here for you guys to cool down after that.
Yes,
We're gonna take a 10-minute
Announcement.
intermission.
that would be nice. They launched into the next thing. Like, man, why did they do that? It's just like they wanted you to live with the shock of what you had just seen. But nope, no recovery time. We're just gonna keep going like nothing happened.
It's like we're on a schedule, guys. We don't got time for this. It's like, but announcements, but announcements happened.
But yeah, like I think PSX was part of the showing it off some more. Especially like that was one of the few consumer events where there was a bunch of VR stuff or PlayStation VR stuff for actual consumers to see. And then yeah, so I still feel like they need a few more opportunities to do that before they can announce their price. You notice how every time I read a lot about the VR stuff, and every time someone asks the price of someone at PlayStation, PlayStation asks them, "What do you think it should cost?"
It's like you know exactly what I think it should cost.
See,
Why you guys-
they're gauging. They're gauging.
They also have like the launch price is $100, or I'm sorry, they're $100 less than launch price now, so they're in even better condition since it is going to be expensive.
Yeah. I think it wasn't the PlayStation 4 like the launch price was around
$399.
what people wanted.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It's like people kept asking, "How much do you think it's going to cost?" And they were sort of,
Well, after how
"How much
expensive
do
the
you think?"
PS3 was when it was like
Yeah,
it launched, it was like great assault with these guys because this is probably gonna cost $700 or something. So it's like
The interesting thing is like, how are they going to sell it? So
package PS4.
you think there's going to be like a $700, $800 bundle that has
I don't know about
Like,
that.
like
your
cheaper
VR
than that.
kit? It's got that plus your PS4
And a
plus
camera.
I
plus
don't think that's.
controllers.
I don't think that's the way we want to go and go higher. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
I mean, they'll obviously still sell it separately. It's just that they'll have bundles for people who are just like, this seems like a good idea.
because there's a lot of stuff that, or I guess not that much. It's just the headset and the camera as the base, and then like DualShock 4 works with all the games, so you don't necessarily even need Move controllers. But what if we have the camera? I hope they have a headset-only kit as well.
No trouble, but you're asking
I'm
for
sure
too.
they will because like they saw the demand of the camera like after launch. It was like
Yeah,
super
there's a ton of
selling well because the share button.
What is the
They
camera?
were-
And
They
what do
were
you
so
Dreamtastic.
cheap. Something.
They were 40. I think they're 40 this week somewhere.
Oh, RPG, you didn't get it right. You saw it for 25, and you're just like,
I
no.
saw it and I didn't get it. I mean, I was thinking about it, I was like, what am I ever going to use this for? So I didn't buy it.
I did not know they were that cheap.
I always rationalize myself out of buying things, so
I do that a lot too lately, especially with pies.
that is not the same thing.
Sweet potato.
Yeah, you guys should, not you guys, everyone out there in the internet, you should check out the Destiny live streams that go on, and you can learn about this pie,
And live action Thundercats. Oh yeah.
sweet potato pie.
Still couldn't figure out who would play Chitara, though, so it was kind of a wash.
So yeah, that was the only news I had. The Kojima
What?
Gotham VR, which makes me happy because I like VR.
What is wrong with you, Tropical? What is wrong with you?
It was, there probably was, but I can't think of anything that was more significant than when Andrew House came out on camera and said, "Hey, we're working with Kojima." Da 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 da.
And I've been on the internet
And he
blogging since
started playing an organ?
Star Wars Episode 7 release week, and I don't want anything spoiled. So I haven't been on Twitter or Facebook. So yeah, just been
Uh,
checking my emails and watching Netflix. Yeah.
One thing I'll say about Force Awaken is that apparently it's like a 97 with the critics.
Yes.
But that could just simply be because of hype. That doesn't mean it's actually good.
And yeah, I mean it's hard to say. As I always say, with Star Wars, all you need is that music and those sounds, and you have no idea what you just saw or played. Like, all you know
You have
is
people's emotions in a ball
yeah, you heard Star Wars, and there
and
was
made them
much,
swoon.
and you were like, "Oh my gosh, I must go again and again."
See, it's funny because like there's a 1:30 a.m. showing Thursday or Friday morning, and I could go after I get off work, but I'm like, do I wanna? And then get up the next day to see it again in the morning. I'm like, part of me is like, take it, you only live once. It's an experience. Do it. But then part of me is like, dude, you'll be tired. You might fall asleep. That's embarrassing. And it's like I don't know which way to go. We'll see.
Just wait. I mean, the movie's not going to go anywhere.
But the longer you wait,
longer
the
you
more
wait.
likely it is you'll see something
Yeah.
that
God.
will spoil it.
Well, it's a good thing I know absolutely nothing about this universe, so if I go, it doesn't
And
matter.
I
Just
think my
like,
enthusiasm and excitement will get the better of me, even though I've been kind of not as hyped lately for it. So it's like, but it's getting so close, and I'm like, twitchiness, craziness. So it's probably gonna happen.
you're always twitchy. That's not a new occurrence.
All right then, let's go finish this raid.
But we didn't even
Oh.
like do our end of the year stuff this time. You
What are you
guys,
talking
yeah,
about? That's in like February. The crosshairs.
not they're always like at the end of the year. What are you talking about? The only reason why we did it that late last
well,
time
that's
is because
why
I
though,
didn't
is because they.
stuff done.
Well, it's tradition now because maybe you might
It
take
was
that
one
lead
time. That doesn't count as a tradition.
Besides, I have like not played anything, so I need to catch up.
Oh
So,
God! And in February, I'm gonna have like games from that year already out. Like that doesn't. You
well, end
can't.
of January, whatever. It'll be fine.
God.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Time-
This is our last
time
podcast for the
suck.
year
Destiny.
until who knows when. So, see you next year, listeners, viewers, and stuff.
We're doomed. We're
You'll
doomed.
be able to catch Tekken streams. He won't be so far away. He chats with Tekken.
You guys chat.
Tekken chats with. There are chats with Tekken.
Words.
It's all good. Yeah, so if you want to know when we're back, check us out at aimlesspodcast.com, which may be moving soon. But the address will be the same.
Wait.
And then you also want to follow us. Yeah, the ones that won't change: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, iTunes, all that stuff.
All the fun ones.
Alrighty, so yeah, like Topic said, check us out on the internet, in the places where we're at and stuff. Do you have anything to say before we sign off, RPG?
Everyone have a good holiday and a happy new year, I guess. Don't do anything stupid. Or do. I mean, it might be more fun that way.
Alright, so yeah, the cycle must continue, so keep on going. Something to look forward to in the gaming industry all the time. Can't wait. 2016. Through the roof excitement. Nowhere to go but up. And yeah, until you hear from us again, check us out wherever on the internet, aimlesspodcast.com. And we're done with this episode and this year until next year. So until you hear from us again, we're now signing off.
Beep.